We were never able to fully implement a successful marketing strategy. Most of our marketing was very reactive. We would listen to what the field reps were telling us what they needed, and then we would respond to that with very little coherent strategic planning behind it. We didn't necessarily think about the follow-up or follow-through, or lack the management to be able to do that. So a comprehensive marketing strategy that was designed from the very beginning to the very end was lacking terribly in this company. One of the things that has really impressed us about Slightly Mad is their follow-up and their follow-through. A lot of times in our past experiences, whether with advertising agency or a previous firm we were working with, we would have to micromanage all of the work and tasks that were on hand. Slightly Mad, both Paul and Dawn, are great at setting the pace, making sure that all stakeholders are doing what they need to do and doing it in a timely manner. This level of service has never been experienced in the past. They really believe that you have to build up the infrastructure before you can just output ads or output PR or whatever type of strategic action that you might take place. So they really want you to build a full understanding of what your brand is, and then understand how you're going to strategically assess what is really important to your company, what you want to accomplish before you can actually create the strategic methods and the actions that will flow out of that. Right now we've reached the point where we're actually establishing our core objectives, and this is a very enlightening experience because we have never done this in this company in the past. And just going through the process, albeit it's a time-consuming process, but you can really appreciate where this process is going to get you at the end of it. The brand assessment process was a very eye-opening experience. We did some creative and very thoughtful exercises that really honed into some issues that we never really thought about in the past. And their purpose was to get us thinking about our personality, what our culture is, how we viewed ourselves, how we wanted to present ourselves to the marketplace. And some of these exercises were so, seemed like so out there, but yet when Paul and Dawn were able to facilitate the way they did, really brought home the characteristics of what this company is all about. At the end of that brand assessment, it was really interesting how simple the core essence was of really recognize our heart and soul of this business. And from that, we really understood the value of that brand assessment because everything from that flows. Paul and Dawn, or Slightly Mad, have a commitment to what they do unlike anybody else that I have encountered. We all consider that we have a tremendous work ethic. We all work very hard. These guys, I believe, probably work 24/7. And they like to say that they work very hard, but in fact, they really do. Their commitment to what they do, their commitment to producing a product and a strategy to the best that they are capable of doing is an absolute. Having that level of commitment, working with an organization that brings that to the table is just absolutely invaluable. It's almost like when you're playing tennis with somebody who is better than you are, and your game just rises to that level simply because you're working with folks that are setting that standard. And I think that has happened to the dynamic between LabAids and Slightly Mad. Slightly Mad, or Paul and Dawn as people, are, first of all, you establish a tremendous amount of respect for both their professionalism and their talent. They are sincere people, they mean what they say, and they follow through. So dealing with them as people is a very, very enjoyable experience. As you get to know them, they're very nice people as well. I think, you know, if you can understand their drive and their taskmaster approach and embrace it, they could be some of the best people to work with in first anybody.